Hello there, everyone. Oh, shit, Tipsy's still dead. Hello there, everyone. Once again, it's I, Gentleman Fuda, back at it once more with another stream. What is the stream today? We are doing art things. Art stream today. Let me go and change my setup. I need to go and change my setup. I need to go and change it to something that does not bring me pain. I don't need you. There we go. It is the draw stream. Hello. No, it's not. It's not Scarlet Symphony today. I just forget to go and change my setup after every time. I need to do this like before I actually start the stream instead of just starting the stream. If I knew that was the case, I would do it live and then quickly change it, and no one would ever know. But you can't do that in OBS. Not that I know of, unless there's some way that you could go into another screen without showing the other screen. But to that of which your own. Anyways, how are we doing inside the chat? How are we doing? We doing good? Hopefully you guys are ready, because we are going to be doing an edumacation stream today. Do I have anything for that? Do I have like a... No, let's see, a Fortress 2. That's a Vote Fairy poster. I don't think I have a... No, I don't have a learning thing. But, generally, there is studio mode. Studio mode, you say? Well, I should probably look into that then. I got Mystia Izukai. I can't wait to play it. I highly recommend you play that game. That's a very good game. Very nice, very relaxing. Mystia Mondays. I do that, so if you ever want to go and watch some Mystia Izukai while you're vibing while not playing Mystia Izukai or play along, you can. Studio mode allows you to make changes before applying them to the stream. Don't forget to use live chat instead of top chat. Let me change that. Is there a way I could change that right now? Live chat. There we go. Yeah, I don't know why. It automatically changed my thing from top chat to live chat. But there. I did see some people complaining about that last time, and I didn't really know how to fix it. I guess it was just a quick little tiny click, and there you go. Touhou Branch of Legend is fun too, if you played that. I have never played it. I have never heard of it, but let me go and look it up very quick. Let's see. Touhou Branch of Legend. Let's see, what does it look like? Hopefully, okay, good. It's paused. I just want to see. Very positive feedback. It costs $29.99. Oh boy. I just paid some car insurance recently. Oh, that's a little bit of a doozy, but it's from 2022. Not bad. Reimu has a ball. Okay. We got Remy. I see a Remy. There are collectibles, cards, Patchy, Saguya in a spacesuit. Okay, well that's cool. I'll look into that later. Maybe I should leave that open in a tab. Now I think about it. Touhou Branch of Legend. I'll leave that open right there. Did you hear about this game called Touhou? It's a game that's popular in the East. Oh, I never heard of it. When Cerno Baka complete animation? I'm thinking hopefully next year. Next year, maybe 2026. Did you hear about... Oh, I already read that. Draw Raisin having a mental breakdown. That's normal. So just normal Raisin. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, let us go and hop in. We're almost done with our first soundtrack. So, let me think. So today, we're going to be doing some art education streams. So that is the theme of today. I remember I did one a while back. I forgot what the subject was. But all I know is the subject was relating to framing, I think it was. But today, we're going to be doing a little something unique in a way. It's like a form of like what I like to go and call like art philosophy. The concept is going to be this, right? The concept is learning from your past mistakes. Well, if it isn't the consequences of my own actions. Well, we're going to be learning from the consequences of said actions. Those actions as being making art that you were dissatisfied with in the past, or trying to go and grow from previous outings on the canvas. So my suggestion, if you want to go and join in today, you can go and grab a piece of paper and a pencil, or if you're that swifty, you can grab your tablet and join with me. Grab an old piece of art that you find that you might need to improve on, and then just join in. Or if you want to just draw what I'm drawing, you can do that too. So we are going to go and mobilize to the canvas. The canvas in question will be MS Paint today. So, MS Paint, yay, we like our MS Paints. Of course we do. Let's go to the tablet, and we are back to the familiar space of the tablet, yes. So, I have my tablet ready, yes. I'm already learning the nervous system. Nice. So, let me go and get my tablet in front of me. So when you're initially making a drawing, you are working off of a thought process of creativity. So, for example, I'm working off a thought process of creativity when drawing this quick tipsy. I'll draw a very quick tippy. So I just need my correct pen, need everything set up, and it's kind of like this, right? So I'm just going to go and draw it willy-nilly. Willy-nilly tippy. Just go like this, go like that. Cross that over, go right here. Go up and over. Up and over. And we just draw. We're not putting too much effort into this, because we're going to go and try and do a little bit of a simulation of what it's like to go and upgrade and learn from our previous mistakes when drawing. I'm just gonna do a bust. So I'm gonna draw the back of her head a little bit, and then bow, and then bow. There we go. I'm gonna draw her face. Make her smug. But, so, generally, let's just say I just drew this tipsy. But I'm like, this is a good tipsy. But I want to learn from the tipsy. What do I do to learn? How the hell do you learn from drawing? How do you grow as an artist? That's a question that we all like to go and ask ourselves. Because we sometimes find ourselves in this spot when we're drawing. And we like to go and say, yeah, I like drawing. And I like this drawing. This drawing right here, I like it. But what if I were to improve it? How can I improve my drawing? What is there that I can learn from it? Well, first things first, you need to go and learn about what you don't like about the drawing. What makes you not happy about your drawing? Granted, you can have some things that you do like about your drawing. For example, I like the tipsy. It's a cute tipsy. But what is wrong with the tipsy? Well, there are these little lines here that I forgot to erase. A lot of line work's a little shaky because I didn't zoom in. And so we go and draw it again. We just start over again, because you can go through the effort of trying to go and correct, try and erase, try and add a little bit here, try and add a little bit there. But sometimes it's best to go and just, start over again. And we just do it like this. So I'm going to go and just do my standard framework. I'm going to move my mic back into position so it's like not too far off. Draw an anatomy of a tipsy. I could do that, but that's not the focus today. So let's just go and get our fine little circle here. I want to go and make sure that my tipsy looks nice. Just gonna do this. We're just gonna go and draw her neck. Now, granted, sometimes even if you do try to go and perfect a previous drawing and it looks kind of the same, do not fret. Repetition sometimes is part of drawing. It's the reason why we enjoy drawing, because it's an expressive process and it's a mental process. So, repetition can benefit you in the end. So let me go and just do the same thing. So we got our frame right here. I'm going to go and start coloring in green. I'm going to move her neck over a little bit. Since this drawing is still active, I could do that. There you go. I got to be careful with my pencil because I don't want to keep on tapping my pop filter so you don't hear that all the time. That'd be very, very rude. I'm going to push you up then. Right about here. I can draw circles. You can draw circles? Good. If you can draw circles, then you are 10 steps ahead of me. So I'm going to just go and do this. I'm going to do a little bit more concentration on the line work, because the first line work on that tipsy is a little shaky. It's a little shaky. So I'm just going to go up. I'm going to go around. Same thing. I'm going to go right about here. Maybe right here. There we go. And go around the other side. I'm going to drop down. This is just the taste example of what we're going to be going into today, because I will not be going off something that I just made. I'm going to be going off something I made ages ago. So let's go and draw the little sides of her face. There we go. Then, so say I didn't like her face being so square, so I'm just going to go and round out the bottom a little bit more than I did previously. And also, her head was a little bit low. I pushed the top of her head up a little bit, so that way it's not as squished like I normally have. It's going to draw the bow. The bow is even bigger. Make the bow larger. I'm going to put the back side of the bow because I forgot to do that. All right. And drop her hair. And then we'll go and just add her face. Same smug expression. I'm confident on when it comes to drawing the smug expression. Then we just go and remove that frame. Make that black. Move. And you can see that there is a clear difference in between the two tippies. You get the tippy on the left that was drawn without a frame. It was just kind of drawn a little bit crude, a little quick. But when it is, when you focus on the things that you think that are wrong with it, and you try to go and say, well, what if I were to go and fix that? That's the idea today. That is generally the idea of what we're going to be doing today. So, I'm going to go move these aside. And we are going to go and focus on an older drawing. So that's what I meant. Like, we can focus on something in the now. But the idea is based on improvement. The actions of our past we need to learn from. So what better way to go and do that than to, let me go and grab my example drawing and scroll it onto the screen. Saguya. We'll learn from the Saguya then. You mentioned Saguya, fine. Actually, wait. Saguya or Tipsy first? Let me think. No, we'll do the Tipsy first, and then we'll do Sakuya second. But here we go. So, I'm going to scroll this on the screen. I'm going to get a flashbang because it's a big asset, big file format. It's massive. Fit the screen. This is what we're going to be learning from. This little guy right here. This Tippy. See that Tippy? Look at that Tippy. But we also have another piece of art that we're going to be learning from today as well. I'll be saving that for last. But generally, I want to go and learn from this Tippy. So we got this Tipsy right here. This is from the Fumo card animation as well as also my Touhou 6 animation. This asset was made around 5 to 6 years ago at this point. And, it's kind of best to go and, it's like, so say, I don't really like this drawing anymore. I want to upgrade it. Put yourself into that type of mentality. And that's generally where we are going off of, right? That Tipsy's just vibing? Yes. And that's what we're going to do real quick. So I'm going to go and do the exact same thing. So we already have our Tipsy on the screen. And I have my Tipsy reference right in front of me. And we are going to go... Oh, Tipsy lost her bag? Yes. I didn't give her bag yet, so she didn't have one. Procrastination? No. Now draw her with a mech body infused with a master spark. What? Anyways, so... I'm going to get my colors right. And so all we need to do is I want to go and look at this Tipsy, and I want to say, what do I want to improve? In accordance to how I currently draw, there are things that I look at this drawing, I'm saying, like, I could do better than that. First things first is that we go and look at the line work on this Tipsy. Let me go and see. Where's my mouse here? So we see the line work. The line work is okay. It's very solid, but certain things that I don't like is, for example, like how the hands right here, you see those hands? They're not really like hands. They're more just like little tiny like chunks made to represent hands. But then again, it's like a minimalistic art style. Also the bow, it's not like how this bow is. So that's what I'm going to change. I'm also going to change her hair to look a lot more like this hair over here. Other things, maybe fix her shoes. If I could show them. I'll probably show her shoes. Obviously. She needs to go and show her drip. But that is my plan. That is my plan of what I wish to go and do with this image. So, here we go. So, we start out simple. Got to go and do our circles. Circles are best. Circles. So, this is an easy Tipsy to draw to. You ever seen the meme? It's just like, you look easy to draw. That's Tipsy. Just going to go and keep on rounding out that circle until I feel like it's good enough. Because, by the way, the best thing to go and do when it comes to learning from past drawings is to go back about 5 years. 5 years, maybe 2 years, to a point where your art looks significantly different. And then you compare it to your current art style, your current way of drawing, your most recent drawing. And then you try and see, like, what have I done more in this one that I have done not in the previous? That is what we're going off of. All right, so here we go. I want to go and push her cheek out a little bit. Same methodology of framing. I like my frames. So let me... I think her neck is facing the other way. All right. And then she's also kind of like flying forward, so I gotta go and position her body in a way so it looks like she has some mobility to her. I'm scrolling a little bit too low. Move her head down. generally, also, this entire stream, this is a kind of like a yap stream. So if as we draw, we can yap, and as we yap, we can draw. Some people don't have that ability. Sad, very sad. All right, let me continue on with this. What? Hello, cutesy tipsy. Still trash to this day. I still draw stickmen. Well, you don't have to draw a stickman. The best way to go and learn from drawing stickmen is posing. So that's one of the major things about stickmen that's important. Just gonna go and move torso back a little bit. I'm gonna go and fix her legs though. I feel like her legs need some different positioning this time around. This is where improvements come in, because then you could go and change little things to the original pose, change here and there, because you know we're changing, we're improving on the past. So if you feel like, oh yeah, maybe it didn't have enough oomph to it, well, now's your chance to go and improve that oomph. All right, let me go on. Put one leg right here. How's that looking? It's looking okay. All right. And by the way, when it comes to improving, it's very much based off of what you feel comfortable with at the moment. It's very contextual in a way. I've done this kind of stuff many of times in the past, and I still do it to this day, where it's kind of just like, oh, you know, I feel like improving on my craft. How am I going to do that? Well, I just go and look at my past drawings and see, how did I get to this point? Where did I come from? What were the actions that I've done to go and add up to the point of where I'm now being capable of drawing such things? Let's see. To be fair, Flash animations have taught me anything is that you can be very artistic with stickmen. Yes. Generational comeback. Stopped drawing for 4 years. After some practice, I managed both to reduce my rust and improve. And this Junko is made by Jotun. Oh yeah, that is made by me. Oh yeah, I was like, I do like the old man zoom in with my eyes. I was like, what are you talking about? What Junko? I'm not drawing Junko, I'm drawing Tevi. My eyes, they are small, like my brain. You're being taught by a dude that has a small brain. How does that make you feel today? Because you don't necessarily need to be too smart to draw. All you need to do is have a feeling of what you want to draw. The intention of the drawing is what matters the most. That's what makes the drawing, so... I'm going to shrink her shoulders a little bit. Oh, hello there. Hello. Wait. Who's saying hello? Oh, you are saying hello. Exactly, yes. Preach, Joe, yes. And generally, as a guy who's been drawing for a very long time, I've learned what looks good to me, and I have learned what looks bad to me, as well as also even having experiences in the real art world that means like analog, so it means like real art people that are very persnickety and don't think anime is a real art style. I have learned that there are good criticism and there's bad criticism, constructive and destructive, and as well as also the constructive and destructive criticism that you could put upon yourself. Yes, you can be an asshole to yourself, and by God, aren't we all? You see, the thing is like, when it comes to creating art, we are very easy to go and become our own worst critics. And that's fair. It's part of the learning process. But sometimes, depending on how critical you are on yourself, can hinder your improvement. Like, for example, I could say, yeah, I'm good at drawing Tipsy, but I'm still shit at it, even though I've been drawing her for about a good heck of long a time at this point. And there are many people that say otherwise, saying, hey, you know, your Tipsy looks good. I don't know what you're talking about. But meanwhile, I could go and say, oh no, you uneducated maggot. You do not understand on what my juxtaposed position and philosophical standing on how bad my Tippy drawing is. Look how terrible this Tipsy is. This is terrible. Terrible. I hate it so much. I hate it. No, that's how some people are with their drawings. And those types of people are hindering their own creative process by being so hypercritical on themselves. Every time they say that, they do not improve. If they want to go and say this like, I hate it so much, how are they going to learn from this? Or even this? They're not going to go and learn because they hate it so much. They're just, every drawing that they see, the next drawing that will replace this is hated already, even preemptively. So, in order to go and change that, do not be as critical on yourself and just try to go and say don't look so heavily as to what you dislike about the image, but look into what you do like about the image. We're too focused on negativity these days in order to go and look into the positive points. So, when it comes to trying to look at your own drawings, yes, you can look at what is bad. There's nothing wrong with looking at what is bad. But if you only look at what is bad, where is the good? You need to know what is good in order to learn what is bad. And if you think it's all bad, then where's the good? Where's the bad? How do you improve? You don't. So, I'm going to keep on drawing my Tippy very quick. Let me see. I used to have this mindset, by the way. So, it's all from experience. Drawing her neck a little bit too wide. And now it's a little too weird. I know that too well. A Futo moment. Futo moment. Yes, indeed. That's been me for 12 years. Like the left corner Tipsy looks quite nice. Yes. Damn, Joe, speaking absolute facts. I keep drawing ovals instead of circles. Well, if you're drawing on digital, you at least have the advantage of editing it. If you're drawing on analog, all you need to do is keep on rounding out the circle and the oval until it turns into a circle. Also, another thing that can help is if you are drawing at a weird angle, like for example, if you're shrimping, shrimping while drawing can actually change the shape of your drawing, so be careful. I've learned this before on actual paper. For some reason, if you shrimp while drawing at an inclined angle, your drawing will become elongated for some reason. That I don't know why, but it does. So every once in a while, it's best to go and take a sit back and look at your whole drawing while you're making it. Oh, I'm taking a little bit too long. I'm there we go. So I'm taking too long in this part. Just draw Tippy. Just draw Tippy. Chibi Tippy. I'm going to skip over her arms for right now. I'm going to put them over afterwards. Alright. It kind of goes like this. There we go. And then I just go like this. Or I could add a little bit of shape to the skirt. I'm going to add some shape to the skirt. There we go. Just gotta watch the length. There we go. Tippy, Tippy, are you drawing TV? No, I'm drawing Tipsy. Ah, Tippy. Indeed. There we go. And by the way, when it comes to this whole philosophy of trying to go and, like, say, learning from your past mistakes because everything's always bad, the world is always dark kind of ordeal, yeah, you might say that in the moment, in the heat of the moment, but you always have the chance to look back, which is also the reason as to why, like, even the drawings that I don't like, I keep all my drawings. I have drawings in my hoard that date as far back as, let's see, I have one hanging on my wall that I made when I was, I think, 4 years old. I have a drawing from when I was like 4 years old on my wall. Why don't I throw it away? It's cringe as hell. The reason why I don't throw it away is because I have to go and think to myself, at one point in time, I drew that. I was that bad. But I look to my current self and I say, wow, I'm actually okay now. I'm not that bad. And then you realize, oh, look, you're making progress now. I'm going to go and floof up her skirt a little bit more. Now, if there's one thing I need to become a little bit better at, if I were to go and look into myself and say just like, oh yeah, there's nothing I can improve on. So we have the opposite of it, right? The opposite. What if you think that your drawings are so perfect? There's nothing left to improve on, right? That's where you're wrong. That is where you're wrong. Because if you start thinking that you are perfect at drawing and that there's absolutely nothing wrong with your drawings, that is where stagnation appears. And that's how you could go and fall into art block. Art block is a scary thing because that is where you lose your creativity and you fall into a void. And the best way to go and do that is constantly change up your stuff. If you think that you're starting to feel too comfortable, shake it up. You got to shake it up every once in a while. You can't stay still. Cannot stay still. Kind of like the whole term of just like, what is it? Oh, God, there's a term for it. But generally, it's kind of like, if you stand still, you're going to die. I don't know. There was supposed to be some kind of wise analogy to it. But the most I could say is that stagnation brings art block. And it's normally because you can't figure out what's wrong, or you feel like you're wrong all the time. And yeah, sure, you may say that your art is good, but you always got to go and look deeper. You got to look deeper. And now and thus we kind of hover back and forth, and it's kind of like, wait, aren't you just trying to be nitpicky and hypercritical about your art? No, not really, because the thing is, to every drawing that is made, there's no such thing as the perfect drawing. If you were to go and make a magnum opus of a perfect drawing, that would need to be your life's work in that sense. Something that is so peak in your eyes that you cannot best yourself. So, till that day comes, there will always be improvement to be found in any work that you do. So, from the best to the worst. Because your yesterday self is neither good nor... Well, actually, your yesterday self can be better or worse than your present self. And your future self can be superior or inferior to your current self. So... it's kind of like that whole phrase of that's tomorrow's problem. Let's see, we got our tipsy hands. I'll give her some fingers. Some fingers. What if you perfectly draw the golden ratio? Well, if you perfectly draw the golden ratio, well, I mean, that's good on you. Granted, after having to go and probably use a ruler and a little bit of physics in order to go and draw it, maybe a little bit of calculus as well, but good on you if you actually manage to go and do it. I'm not going to knock you for it. Golden ratio is a difficult thing to go and draw. Go. It was block battle. This feels like I'm being called out. Oh no, don't worry. Everyone feels like they're being called out when you go and mention about stagnation. Everyone feels like they're a little bit stagnated every once in a while. That's okay. Because the thing is, much like most art blocks, it's always temporary. You just need a little bit of that nudge. Little nudge in order to go and get out of that. Whatever's causing that, it will pass eventually. It's like a bad storm. There you go. Let's go and get those fingers in. Now these are some cheap fingers. And that's okay. I feel like doing cheap today. You want to know why? Because I'm doing a little bit of lackadaisy. Even still... if I'm trying to improve, being comfortable with your drawing is the least you can do. If you don't feel comfortable with what you're drawing, then you need to figure out what's making you uncomfortable. What is making you uncomfortable? And you might need to actually do some research on it. Maybe sometimes you actually have to scrap the drawing. But there's nothing saying that you can't come back to it. So, I'm going to make this red. Oh, wait, I'm going to copy. I'm going to clear out and copy first. We got this. No, I'm going to wait on that. I'm going to wait on the flower staff. I'll do it last. I need to do her head first. Alright, there we go. Alright, I got our general head shape. I'm just going to go and cap that off. There we go. Nope, that's text. Let's see. I have the opposite problem, to be honest. I hate my drawings... but that motivates me to gamble and try again to see if it gets better. Well, no, you're just doing the process right. The other day, I found a drawing from middle school, which was an Evie smoking a cigar with sharp eyes, and it made me laugh for a good minute. Nice. Unironically, having to deal with that right now with a drawing, something didn't look right. It might have been tempting to fix it. Might have to rebuild it again at some point. You see, that's one of the things. It's like if you feel uneasy about the drawing, you can't figure out what it is, take a break from it and then come back to it a while later. Doesn't have to be immediately, but make your best attempt to return to the drawing. Because if you just leave the drawing and never come back to it, well, I mean, that's egg on your face. That is you just not wanting to return and not wanting to go and try and figure it out. Not that there's really anything coherently wrong with it, but if you want to improve yourself, you would go back and try and see if you could actually, like, fight that dragon. If you are to use any boomer lingo in that. Alright. Now I'm going to try and draw this. I'm going to go and copy your hands. Copy your hands. Copy. Paste. I'm going to put those right there. I'm going to go and do this. Let's see. We got a long flower staff. I'm going to go and probably draw your current flower staff. I want to watch out on how I draw this, though. Right there. Right. Okay, so this is going to go straight through. Right there. And right there. Make it bend down a little bit. Make it bend down on this side. There we go. It's not exactly right, but it looks good to me, so that's all that matters. Push that back. Make it wide at the end. There we go. Let's see. What if you have to fight the dragon of Dojima Kiryu Kazuma? Well, that's a different type of dragon, and that's actual, like, fighting and not metaphorical. So, unless you're, like, trained in some kind of like martial art, as well as also that's the guy from the Yakuza series. Also, get your training in tomfoolery, and then you might have a chance. Let me go and see. I got a degree in tomfoolery. It's called my arts degree. There we go. It allows me to teach you people. Technically. Technically. Let me go and change this angle. It's going to go down. That's a little bit long. A little bit long. Split it right here. You use a tad bit of minimalism on this. Not too much. If I use too much, then it'll start looking weird. Alright, there we go. It has 2 leaves on it. You can do that. Split it off right here. Too long. Still too long. A little bit of a weird crick in it. There we go. Pull it off. Drag it up. Put some little cuts in it. I should probably do those in different colors so it's easier to actually, cut. Always remember that. And use a full bucket. There we go. All right. Red. Oh, that's too much red. There we go. Red, red, red. Let's go and clear out this, clear out this. Easy peasy. I don't even need this back up. Plot twist, it was her silly... Ah! Someone bent her flower. He can dodge rocks, punch sharks underwater, and fight a whole building full of Yakuza. I need to stop drawing stickmen. I do have a framing video if you want to go and get past... You know what? Maybe I should do a video on how to go and move past stickmen if that's the case. I would just need to go and figure out... I would just need to remember myself on how to get past stickmen. But I think I remember how I got past stickmen. I would need to go back to my 8th grade notebook. Because I remember distinctly it was in the 8th grade when I learned how to not draw stickmen anymore. So... let's go and draw her hair. Get that in there. Get the big hair. Big hair. There you go. Then also another thing that I like to go and do. I like to go and look back, and especially with older characters I've drawn in the past, and I like to go and see like how did I draw that? And then I used to draw like this at one point. So there's a little bit of entertainment you get from when looking back. So, and granted, this tipsy image is from 5 years ago. So, the next drawing that I'll be doing will be an image from 10 years ago. So, stay tuned for that. We're very close to it. So. Go. I might need to go and erase a little bit of the flower, but that's okay. We can always draw it again. Her hair is kind of flowing a little bit. Oh, wait, I can make it lower. There we go. Or I could do like this. I'll do like a funny like sweep unlike the other drawing. Tipsy has a lot of hair. Let me see. What if you look at your drawing from 5 years ago and your current one is worse? Are you just cooked? If it's worse than the past, then you need to go and do a reverse check and try to go and see where'd you go wrong. Why did I try redrawing it and why did it look worse? Ask yourself that question and then try and do a comparison between the two drawings and then try again. It could be normally that you're rusty. I've had that happen before where I tried doing a redraw of a drawing that I did from years ago, and I'm just like, man, I feel like redrawing this image, and I redrew it, and I was like, oh man, this image is ass. And so I temporarily gave up on it, and I tried to go and do a comparison as to, okay, why am I sucking? I'm supposed to be good at drawing. It's the only thing I'm good at. Should be good at it. The easiest thing that I did is just try and look at the original drawing, say what was good about it. What did I do good here? And then you have to go and do a little bit of reverse learning kind of ordeal in order to get yourself up to check and solid, rock solid with what you have at hand. I don't want to do that. Nope, I don't want that. Almost there. Pop-up bing. There we go. And now we just go and clean out the inside of this. And then we put our big bow on. It's like putting a big bow on a present. Instead, it's a dumb fairy. But it's our dumb fairy, that's what matters. I might want to go and fix her chin, but I could do that afterwards. Alright, make it blue again. Alright. Oh wait, I'll color her in first. I'm going to grab her color. Best way to go and do that, I'm just going to go and, let's see, how do I go and grab her color? I'm just going to grab a tip. Oh no, I have a tippy reference down the bottom screen. Print screen time. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, look at that little crusty critter. Yeah. Also, one thing I like to go and do, I like having consistent palettes. I love consistent palettes. They're so convenient. I think the only part of her palette I'm missing is just the color of her back of her hair. There we go. My drawing from 3 years ago was better than mine. I've struggled for a good number of years with my art. Any easy ways to regain focus on drawing? Regain focus on drawing, if you mean specifically regain focus on drawing by trying to go and get back to locking in, or are you talking about trying to improve? Because I explained that earlier about how to improve. And it's easiest to find by just looking back at what you don't like and what you do like. It's like, I like this part about this drawing, but I don't like this part about this drawing. The crusty creature. Draw an Uma character? Maybe. I've been told to draw Umas. I'm afraid. I'm in fear of drawing Umas. Why am I in fear of drawing Umas? I don't know. Maybe because it's like me stepping out of my Touhou zone. I, a crusty Touhou fan. An ancient Touhou fan. stepping out of his comfort zone to go and draw Umas. I mean, granted, I could probably draw Umas as Touhous, and that'd just make everything easier, but I don't know. I think one of the things, I'm not really into Uma Musume, but I have been, if anyone knows who Mystical Lala is, she made like a big push on me to go and watch Uma Musume, so I was like, oh great, now I have to go and watch it because I'm being told to do so. Well, because apparently it's like that it's like a good enough entry point into the fandom to just watch the anime, so I'll probably do that. Hopefully I'll like it. I'm sure I'll like it. It has good random funny humor. So, I like random funny. I have the mentality of that is entertained by random funny, so. Alright, I'm going to go and print screen again. I'm going to try and get the back of Tipsy's hair color. Easiest way to do that. I'm just going to throw this in. I'm going to go right here. Just going to grab that. Stretch it. Yeah, sure. Stretch. It's a stretch. Color that in. Color that in. Kadano. Kadano. Alright, color it in your shoes. Near skin tone. Accept the fate, do it. I'm on both Touhou and Uma. Honorable mention is Gundam. She has Nikes on? No, she wears Converse. I got Wedding Air Groove when I started the game. Is that the name? Is that the name of a horse? My immersion. What immersion? What do you mean? What do you mean? What? You could get immersed? I don't get you. I don't get you. Straw or zigzags? Even the original Tippy had the zigzags, so I gotta give her them zigzags. There you go. Next, we need to go and get her flower staff. I'm not gonna abduct the color from there. I'll just take it from here. Let's see. Desaturate a little bit, go down in depth, make it more deeper color green. I should probably also do a color theory stream because that'd be a fun one, because then you go and deal with the color swatches. That's gonna be a doozy of a stream. An easy stream, but a doozy of it, because it's a surprise enough. Color theories goes deeper than just red, blue, and green, or red, blue, and yellow. And you'll very quickly learn that red, blue, and yellow is not the appropriate amount of the not appropriate setup of color that you will need in order to make drawings. So, I mean, granted, you use them, but you gotta learn how to abuse them. So, all right, we got our Tippy right here. I'm just gonna go and put her face on. That's wrong. That's right. There we go. All right. All right, there we go. We got our updated tippy. So practically, if I were to draw the tippy that you see up here, I can grab my black, up here, right here, this tippy, she would look like this. So that's how you kind of learn from, what is color theory? Color theory is on how to go and assemble your colors for a painting or for basically anything. It's like it even falls in the character design. Color theory is actually very important when it comes to drawing practically anything. Granted, sometimes it just comes to you. It's like, oh yeah, that color combination, it looks nice. But sometimes when it comes to making larger images, like backgrounds, or trying to create a character design, that's where color theory plays in. It's also the reason why I gave Tippy a red bow, and because it contrasts with her red, blue, and yellow scheme, and the white adds attention details. So that could be something I could describe later on. Did you color that hair behind the skirt? Yes. The creature too, fairy boogaloo. There was a spot that wasn't filled. Did you fill it in? Yeah. Oh, you're just talking about that down there? It's not really that important, but here, there you go. Let me see. But yeah, so I'm gonna go and put some. Do I have blush on hand? I do right here. It's gonna grab from this swatch. There we go. It's gonna do a little of that. Yeah, a little of that. Boom, bada bing. And thus, we have learned from our Tippy of the past, and now we have our Tippy of the present. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, he did it. Indeed, indeed. Very quick, I'm going to preemptively save this. I'm going to save as. I'm going to save it to my Tippy folder for right now. I'm going to name this just Tip Learned. All right. Tip Learned. The only thing I'm forgetting is her wings, but I could add those on later. Actually, no, I'll do it right now. We'll do it live. Easiest thing on how I do my Tippy wings. Easy. Just do this very quick. Let me go and fill some little holes here. All right, let's go and just draw this. Up and over. Up and over, come on. There we go. Gotta draw half ellipse. And then a short ellipse under it. I'm going big wings today. Just gonna get the flutter flaps on. Alright. Copy this. Copy that. I'm gonna get rid of all this stuff over here. Scroll that right here. Alright. Grab the Tippy. Right there. Where's her back? Right about here. Paste. Flip. We do a little bit of lazy here and now. We could do a little lazy. There we go. Maybe not too lazy. Scrunch it down a little bit. How's that looking? A little choppy. A little chopped. We're not going to see that. We're going to see this side. I could smell my monitor. That's how close I am. Alright, there we go. Use modeler's rule on this, and we're good. Papa Booey. Papa Bing. She got her wings. There we go. Save that again. Now post it in YouTube. Oval. Oval. Control C. Control V. Without the eyebrows and mouth, Tippy looks like an Okami character. Yeah, she would. She would look like one. Anyways, let me go and zoom in right here. There we go. We got our Tippy. One whole Tipsy. But now we are going to go and do our next one. This will be our main one for tonight. And it'll also be done in MS Paint, but, you know, it's just my current way of drawing. I currently draw in MS Paint, so we will learn in MS Paint. Do it in MS Paint. But in a little bit, I'm going to go into BRB, and I'll come right back. Probably give me about 5 minutes. So, BRB time, everyone. It's BRB. Let me go and see. How's my music going? All right. BRB. We'll be right back. Where'd my BRB go? There it is. I found it. All right, and we are back. I have returned. I've returned with the deets, the details. What are the details in question? Hello there, everyone. Hello. We still here? We still alive? Just had to go and do some quick refreshing in order to go and get ready for the next drawing. And with that, we can go remove this Tippy out of the stream. I'm just going to get rid of her. There we go. All right. All right, so we've got this big open space over here. I'm just going to make it a little larger. 5-minute comeback. Yeah. Yoshikajaki, Filmography Real, Filmography, Tired But Alive. Very nice. Hopefully you guys are drawing along as I'm drawing on this stream. That'd be nice. Nice. I'm going to have a little bit of a draw along session. All right. So, now as I said earlier, to learn from your drawings is sometimes you got to go and look back. 2, 3, 5 years maybe. Maybe even last month, if you just felt like you had a drawing that it just didn't quite hit it. And then stream crashes due to internet problems. Hopefully not. That's what happened last time, and that was during the pain stream. This isn't the pain stream. This is the art stream. This is a chill stream. Kind of like Misty Suzukai. That's a chill stream. But this is an art stream. You get the picture. Get it. So, as I was saying, we are to be looking into the past, and I'm going to be looking into my past. And what better way to go and look into my past than a drawing that was made 10 years ago? Let's see. This drawing was made in 2015. Yes, 2015. That's when this drawing was made. It might be older, depending on how actually old it is. But here we go. Saguya. We got a Saguya. Flashbang, by the way. We got a flashbang. Let me go and transform. Edit transform. Fit the screen. There we go. We got a Saguya. Oh, the horror. Think of the children, Joe. Wait, what? What's the horror? Sakuya? Or are you just talking about like the drawing from 10 years ago that is bad in my eyes? Damn, this is old. 10 years ago, yes. So, this is an old Touhou drawing of mine. Granted, this is not my oldest Touhou drawing. I believe I have some older Touhou drawings, but I can't find them. They're probably on a piece of paper somewhere in my room. But, when the Guya is Sakunk. Yes. But this is a Sakuya that I drew 10 years ago. Wowzers. My, does time fly. It looks alright. Yeah, it does. But I can see faults with it. Where are the faults? Well, one thing now I could say is that her hand looks a little weird. The leg positioning, it's okay, but it could be better. Her chest, a little odd. Hair's okay. I would probably do the same, but I could probably do a little better. So generally the idea of this one right here is I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to put her over here. We are going to improve on this 10-year-old drawing, and we are going to see if we can do better in MS Paint. I'm trying to nudge it into a corner, but it's not working. OMG, Jotun, I'm a huge fan. Hello there. Her knees look odd? Yes, they do. They do. And my goal is to go and try and fix that. She wears pads? Probably. This is probably a pad-wearing Sakuya. But let us get started on that. So, we got our Sakuya right here, and like I said, I already spotted out the faults. I figured out what's wrong with it. I looked at the drawing, and I said, damn, I know what's wrong here. There's some things that are wrong that I could tell. Even her face looks a little weird. Everything about it looks weird. At least to me. It might look okay to you, but it looks weird to me. So I wish to improve on it. And the best way to do that is first, I need to take a little bit of a closer look. Let's see. I don't know why there are buttons here. This is like part of her apron. I don't know why I put buttons on that. Alright. This is normal. The knives look a little bit meh. They look a little meh, but I'm not good at drawing knives, so that's okay. I'll let that slide. But there are some details that are missing from a modern Sakuya, so. She looks kind of blocky. Blocky butterface is so funny. Yeah, her face is very blocky. I used to try and draw back in the day. I was more focused on trying to draw like early 2000s art style anime more than anything else. Because even though it's like the 2010s, I was like, I'm going to go and focus on like 2000, mid 2000s. Modern Sakuya has pads. Damn. All right. I'm going to get this out of the way. There we go. All right. Very quick, let me go and do something with the music. We're just going to go and check it. All right. I need to see how much is left of it. All right, so we got our pose. I'm going to go and put another reference on here for me. You guys have your screen reference. I need my big reference because I'm blind. Where is it? It's on desktop. Stream. There we go. I'm going to say things that aren't allowed in this chat if I hear another pad joke. George is getting tilted. Make him tilted. Anyways, there we go. Let's get started. So, I'm going to fix my hair a little bit. Circles. We can start with circles. Do I want to do out this far? Yeah, I can do out this far. In fact, I think the pose I was kind of going for with this Sakuya was kind of based off of, I think, SWR's pose, because if you look at the angle, it's very similar. Very similar. Pads, ooh. Poor Sakuya can't be getting jumped by the fandom over pads. What is this? 2010? 9? Maybe 12? All right. I'm going to stretch her face out a little bit. Here's some fun facts. Sakuya used to be my #1 Touhou back in the day. Reason why? I don't really know. I thought she was like a perfect combination of cute and cool. So that's why I like Sakuya so much. Even though playing Touhou 6, her art looked terrible. We all know what EOSD Sakuya looks like. And me seeing the fan art Sakuya, I was like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. Sakuya fan art where she looks super cool and cute made. Yeah, that's a good combination for me. Yeah, that's perfect. But nowadays I have new Touhous that I am more bigger fans of than just Sakuya. Granted, Sakuya still holds a special place in my brain, but I think like characters like Yuyuko and Aya and Shimada hold a higher spot these days. I think it's because of my detraction of EOSD. Not that I hate EOSD, but it's because EOSD has been chopped to bits. It has been done over and over and over again to the point of exhaustion. And it's sad. Everything is just EOSD. You ask a new Touhou fan who do they like? They're gonna say an EOSD character, or they're gonna say someone else like Koaishi Komeiji or something like that. At least back in the day, like I would say 2011 to 2011 up to 15. You could say easily as a new fan that I like the OSD cast because you're closer to that. You're closer to the popularity of EOSD's peak, which is ironically not in the year that it came out in. You're supposed to hate Sakuya because she hits you with a knife for being lazy. No, that's only if you're mailing. Out with the old, in with the new. Favorite character. Kazuma, but you're mailing. Sakuya is pretty cool, and almost everyone agrees. Pathetic normies. I like Sakuya. What are you? What are your Touhou favorites? Byakuran or Raisin. Moku. I'm gonna go and chalk her arm up a little bit. I'm gonna try and get the pose similar. I don't think I might get 100%, but how are we looking right now? We scrunched? We are a little scrunched. We don't want to be too scrunched. Just like I don't want her legs to be too long. I'm probably not going to do... I'm not going to do full body. I'm just going to do just the upper torso. I think that's a fair one. Unless you guys really want me to go and do the full body. But then again, that's just the rest of her legs. It's just legs at that point. Let's see. Nina Watari. Oh, we got our music ending. I'm just going to go and change it over to this. Hopefully I don't get an ad. I'm going to restart it very quick. There we go. Ah, yes. I would like a full body. Of course you would. says the one Sakuya fan in the chat. I would like a full body. Thank you. Thank you. How are we looking right now? Arms racked back a little bit too far, but we'll put her hand down first. It's gotta be sat right there. I like my carving method. Carving method is fun. Force it into action. Force it into reality. Let's see. Let's move it up. Move that down. We'll reconnect this. Actually, reconnect both. Also, if you're wondering about this Sakuya drawing as well, there's another important thing to go and note about this this Sakuya drawing, right? This Sakuya drawing was made not in MS Paint. It was not made in Clip Studio Paint. This was made in GIMP, and as well as also this image was made with a mouse. So that's something to be aware of. Granted, it was not drawn by mouse. It was drawn over by mouse. So that means like I drawn it on paper and then I moved it to the computer and then I went over it that way. So if anyone wants to know how I did that, I did not do it with a tablet. So that's a major difference on this drawing. So I'm saying so a little bit too much. I got to not rely as much on my crutch words. I really love Sakuya, but like, if I met her, I would so be pressured. Because of her personality's low-key, I'd be scared. You know, I got a fun story I could tell you. Granted, it was a short experience. It was a fun experience. A very random and fun experience I had at Touhou Fest this year. So, at Touhou Fest, there is a concert that they have, like a nighttime concert that they have on the first day. And, so they're playing like the Touhou music, you know, like A1 is playing Touhou music. You got Miko that's singing there, singing like Cerno's Perfect Math class and whatnot. I missed out on that one, but we don't talk about that. But when A1 was playing, I was in there, and I was you know, vibing to the music. I was dancing along. I was having a good time, and then all suddenly, right next to me, like a Sakuya cosplayer came in. I think it was like. So, I forgot who it was, but the Sakuya cosplayer just came in right next to me, just started dancing next to me, and so we danced together. So that happened. so I got to say, I could say I danced with Sakuya, even though it was a cosplayer, but it was a very cute cosplayer. So at least there was that. GIMP. GIMP is a freeware art program. So it's like imagine a free version of Photoshop that you don't have to pirate. Yeah, but generally going back to what I was just saying, yeah, that when the Sakuya starts grooving with Jotun, yeah, it was a very random event. It was a very random event, and then after that, she just went on her way. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm gonna do like that. I think in order to get these lines right on the knives, I'll probably use the line tool, but for now, I'll draw them. draw a little pummel at the end. It's like a little counterweight on these knives because they're throwing daggers. You know, they're throwing daggers. All right. And I did see some of you people wanting to with cosplayer. Yeah. Which cosplayer or with cosplayer? The W cosplayer or just lol? I guess lol. Saku dance. Yeah. It was a fun random moment. But hey, you know, it's just two. At the end of the day, it's just two otakus vibing. That's the position of the leg, but I think maybe changing it might benefit me. We'll see, we'll see. You see how's it look on the full? It's a little scrunched. Lengthen the legs up more. Let's see. I would fold for real. Oh, wait, rip. Oh, it's all going to shit. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's laggy all of a sudden? Let me check my stream. Let me check. We got lag. No lag. Let's see. Error. Okay. Well, it looks like we got some lag. All right, fine. It looks like I'm going through some internet-based turbulence. Let me do an internet speed test very quick. But you know how it is. Oh, internet seems to be back to normal. It was collapsing a little bit earlier. Well, you know how the rule goes. If it dies, it dies. But because, I mean, generally, hopefully I got through on that first half with Tipsy. But, this Sakuya one, this is kind of like, you know, like, you do the tutorial and then you have to do the stage. That kind of ordeal. But, GG Black? It was kind of like, you're like, I would fold for real. Me, I'm kind of used to that. Like, you know, like, I'm around a lot of people, so it's like dancing in front of a bunch of people and then just like having someone randomly come up to me and dance alongside me, that's nothing new. Use 2 times speed. Sakuya stopped time again, that's why it's lagging. Yes. Also, I just did a speed test and it looks like I am suffering from a little bit of turbulence on my internet. Shouldn't be a thing, but I guess I am. So I'll probably have to go and call my internet provider again and tell them, hey, you, you suck. Your internet sucks. I don't know how many times we have to get it fixed, but until it works properly. I'm just going to draw these as her heels for right now. If I just draw them as big blocks, then I could go and do the actual, like, you know, like this thing later. I like giving Sakuya high heels. So. There we go. Drop her knees down. It's good now? Nice. Stream froze for 30 seconds. Oh, it froze for 30 seconds. Hot damn. Yo, I gotta go right now. Gotta make some activities my church asked me to do. All right, well, you have a good one. You have a good one. Hey, Apple, your internet sucks. Yeah. Eh. All right. No. Oh, no. Well, hopefully you learned from the stream. For you people that are coming in and out, I'm hoping that you are absorbing the information and gaining from it, hopefully. That is my goal at the end of the day, obviously. I'm going to move her neck up a little bit. Her head. Her neck is a little short. There we go. There we go. Guys, 2 times playback speed. Get to the actual stream because YouTube doesn't know how to program. No, they do not know how to program. In fact, they changed the layout for when a video ends. So you'll definitely see it when this stream is done. If you guys stick around to the very end of the stream and see when your new recommendations of videos pop up at the end. Now there's only 3 selections and they're obnoxiously huge. They are obnoxiously huge. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please say yes so I don't feel like I'm crazy. Because if that's the case, YouTube is just bad. It's just worse. It's worse than it normally is. Yes? See? Yes. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know what YouTube thinks every time they change the UI. It always sucks. Every time. Jotun, what app do you use to animate? I use After Effects. I use After Effects to animate, and I use Clip Studio Paint to draw. So if you want to know about that, there you go. I'll give her some plot thickness on this one. Because she had it on the original. I can't remove it, so. Let's see, right about here. There you go. See, and then I could do that. There we go. Because in this original, I was trying to do like some smooth shading on it, and I'm not really too fond of doing smooth shading anymore, unless it's like a image that requires it. Hence is the reason why I do MS Paint. There's no smoothing in MS Paint. It's just as is. YouTube added the stable volume option because videos didn't had the actual max volume even if you already had it to max. And even now still doesn't properly use all the original volume, even with stable volume. YouTube programmers suck. Oh, they definitely do. I could go into deeper detail as to why they suck. But that would be just like talking about real world stuff, and I don't feel like talking about real world stuff. I'd be like complaining about like big company things and what I hate about said company. Unfortunately, I'm not the type of streamer that you go to for that. I'm just here for shits and giggles. Because I mean, granted, I do know what's really wrong with YouTube, but I don't want to say. All right, so she has her apron on how I drew it is like kind of unique. So I'm gonna try and keep that uniqueness. Go back up right here. So her skirt's right here, so I'm gonna go this way. Drop it a little bit, there we go. The skirt that I gave her was fairly short, so I'll try to keep that shortness. Also, she has ruffles, so we gotta do the ruffles. Alright, and what's the length right here? Is that equal to that? And drop it a little bit. There we go. And then I could bellow this a little bit. Much better. Mucho bettero. Also, Diavolo died a lot of times yesterday. Who's Diavolo? I don't know. YouTube needs to fix its awful copyright system. That will never happen. Didn't YouTube die like a few days ago? Yes, it did. Quite the short skirt. Yes. 90% of the time, they only make icons. Used to be bigger instead. Yeah. I'm not sure if you can see it, but right now, the status bar, like your viewer bar for a video, it's freaking massive now. Like, unreasonably massive. Good God, I have no clue what they were thinking when they did that change, but it is massive. Dialvo is a guy from JoJo that is an infinite death loop, and every death is original. Nice. I gave her a round bottom skirt for some reason. Oh, wait. Did I give her... I gave her Marissa's apron for some reason. I'll give her a square apron. Square bottom. Yeah, for some reason it looks like I did like a little bit of a combination of a Sakuya and a Marissa first. I don't know. Maybe because I didn't bother looking at a reference. I just thought, hey, what if Sakuya? What if Saguya? I'm gonna add some ruffles to the bottom of this apron because I like having some dimension. Raise it up higher. right here. There we go. Doing rough release. There we go. And we'll do the same thing at the bottom. There we go. And just kind of wrap it around the back. It's a little bit tighter on that side than it is on the other side. We could move it. We can move it. I could fix this. There we go. Also, it's playing Shibuya music right now. By the way, once again, I advertise every once in a while. This music that is brought to you by someone, 45,356 on YouTube. You should subscribe to him. If you don't know what his name is, it's inside my description of the stream. You should listen to his music. It's very nice. It's Touhou Cumbia. It's Touhou music, but what if Hispanic? I'm gonna drag it. Probably just do right here. Yeah, there we go. That'll work. Okay, bien cumbion. Thoughts of Shinki from Touhou 5. Just like me, but dead to the world. Except she's dead, because she got died when she destroyed that pocket dimension that she created. Though people really like Shinki for some reason. She always gets a decent placing inside the Touhou popularity poll, so good on her. Good on her. Now, I'm going to go and do a little better. I'm going to give her detached cufflinks. Why? Because they look cool. If people can go and give Marissa grippy gloves all the time, I could go and give Sakuya some detached cufflinks. Put a dot right there, put a dot right there. I shall expose the world to Pluto. Wait, what? Pluto? Go vote Fairy, yes. You know who also has a good place in the poll? Fairy, yes. Vote Fairy, which shall continue next year. We are currently on a Vote Fairy break, hence the reason. I mean, granted, the Vote Fairy hashtag is still stands strong, still right there. But for the time being, it is dormant. Much like the website of the popularity poll that goes dormant, so shall the campaign in the meantime, until the time is right again to vote and campaign for Vote Fairy. Oh, speaking of that, ironically enough, I think this is the only time I will get the opportunity to go and share this. Well, actually, there's really any opportunity. I could always share it. But it's because it's in context, right? You know, context is important. It's a sensitive thing. Someone made an animation. There's an MMD guy out there. Apparently, he's been doing MMD for a little while. He's a Japanese guy. Kudos to him. But he made a parody regarding Vote Fairy. It is crazy. It is insane. It uses Yukari voices. I love it. It's good. It features Best Burb, Aya Shamimaru. So I will share with you that animation. We're not gonna do a react watch. No, I'm gonna just go and give you the link to said animation because it's that good. Granted, it's not really an animation more than it is like a animated comic book, but still, the effort was put in and the joy was had. When joy's had, it's worth sharing, as well as also it's related to Vote Fairy. So I'm gonna go and put the link in the chat. You guys can go and open it up into a new tab. So you guys can watch it probably after the stream is done. Or you could go and watch it while I'm doing this. I could be quiet. But how quiet is the question. Not too quiet. I'm going to go and pop out of this. And I'm going to go to my history. There we go. History. No, wait. Subscribe? No, I subscribed to the guy. I did, didn't I? I did. Where is he at? He's at the bottom? Or is he at the top? I'm looking for him. He's somewhere around here in my there you guys. I'm subscribed to too many people. Too many people I'm subscribed to. It's insane. Then again, I'm sure that you guys are subscribed to billions of people too. Right here, this one. I'm gonna pause that. I'm gonna go and share the link right here. Bam. I'll post the link again. Bam. There. You got the link twice inside the chat. And there you go. 10 solid minutes of dummies dressed as fairies. Yuppers, yuppers. So for you that have not watched that animation yet, enjoy. Go. Do the thing. Give that guy some views. Some deserved views. I'm going to be drawing Seguya in the meantime. There you go. I might need to fix this side. Might need to. There you go. I would need to draw her other leg for that, but we'll get that very quick. There you go. Gotta go and give her long socks as well. She wears funny socks. It goes up like that. Do the same thing on this side. A little bit different. Foot's facing a different way. Tilt it, twist it, bring it up high. There you go. All right, and then go over, over. Create the sling for the heel. Open it up a little bit. How does Sakuya fight in heels? I don't know. I don't know. There we go. Very fairy, Sakuya. I bet you Sakuya fans in the audience are enjoying this. There's a lot of Sakuya be had. Drop that forward. Get a different angle on that. Maybe not. Maybe not that. That looks like a little bit like a cloud. It needs to be flat. Like Sakuya's chest. There we go. Put this right here. I remember giving her a leg brace. Make it slightly smaller than the actual leg. Because we're going to be doing this. Very important to get the squish. There we go. The squish has been obtained. It's good. Turn that black. There we go. I am Sakuya's biggest fan. Oh, I could tell you. You have an EOSD Sakuya as your profile pic. That's dedication right there. That's not an easy thing to claim. Not easy. I'll put a knife here afterwards, but not right now. I'll save it for later. Now I get the back of the head. Might drag out the front of the face. Yeah, it looks okay. Yeah. All right. I can probably put in the ear layer. I'm watching the vid that JoToon posted in chat, and it's hilarious seeing the JP reaction to the Vote Fair result. Don't know what anime she's from, but I think she's neat. Okay, whatever, bro. Okay, whatever, bro. Alright, let's see. We'll complete the top of her head very quick. All right, and then I'm just going to zoom out. She looks good right now. Do this. I'm gonna move her ear. Just for the time being. Alright, let's get her hair on. Let me see how I currently draw Sequoia. Let me go from a current example. Go with this one. Yeah, okay. I see it. I see it. All right, all right. We'll go and base it off of what I see. Never mind. Never mind. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I'm doing it live. All right. Who's going to tell him? I ran out of energy today because it's too late here. It's Saguya from Touhou. Saguya. You see, gotta give her hair vents. Come on, there we go. How's that look? It doesn't look good. I'll go smooth. I'll smooth it out. I was gonna do hair vents, but maybe not. Let's see. Her hair's weird. Sometimes this is like one of those moments where I'm just like, I want to do one design, but I also gotta make it look similar to a certain design. I gotta go and figure it out. I gotta figure it out. But that's part of the struggle. It's just part of the struggle. Sometimes we have a little bit of an uphill moment. Then when we get over it, it's nice and easy. If I go and put her crosshairs back on. Feels like I'm putting like a bird on her head. Also, my back hurts. Oh, that was a joke. A Touhou joke, if you will. Your Touhou jokes don't work here in this Touhou theme stream. Maybe I'm making it a little bit too high up. Maybe that might be the case. I know that I gotta go and put her side braids on. So. Maybe if I put the braids on, that can help me. Gotta change gears. Make the hair floofy. Easy. Alright. Almost there. I think it's starting to look like Sakuya now. Now that I got past that little tiny hiccup. Yeah, there we go. Just the top, for some reason, even in the past when I was trying to draw Sakuya, I've always had a problem trying to draw that top section of her hair. Her front comb is kind of weird. It's just because it fans up like that. It has like high peak, and I'm just like, I don't know, my brain can't comprehend. You can even tell in the original drawing that I had some issues with trying to draw that. Thankfully, it looks like I got past it this time. Also, I like to draw Sakuya's hair very feathery. Very feathery, floofy. Go. Nice that. Let's go and clear up these lines. Give her ear back. There we go. Right around here. Just gotta get that good shape though. Clear things up down here. Equalize. Ooh, where'd that leg go? Your leg disappeared, Sakuya. What happened? What happened, Sakuya? The leg disappeared. Oh no! Oh no! What happened? Oh no! Let's see. There we go. Oh, there's a little opening right there. I better fix that. Actually, I might fix the front of her heels. Yeah, there we go. Mucho better rope. Alright. Let's see. We need to color this green. Correct some colors right here. Equalize, equalize. Forming equality to equity. Oh my god. So terrible. Let's see. And we got the little bow on her chest, but I can do that as soon as I equalize out the hair. Give me that. Give me that. Give me the green. Give me the green. There we go. No accidents this time, Joe? What are you talking about? What do you mean no accidents? Oh no! What happened? Oh no! What happened? Oh no! Don't forget to put her in the safe box, or she might run the same fate as her ancestor. Don't worry. This is the learning from your past mistakes stream. If there's any mistakes I'm going to be learning from, it will be that. Oh, don't you worry. Bet your bottom dollar on that. Yes. There you go. Let me see. Anything else? Anything else needed? Pinky. Anything else? Let's see. No, it doesn't look like it. Maybe a little bit down here. There we go. Alright, alright. Make it black. You need to put a knife down here. I just remembered. Just remembered. I just remembered right now. Gotta go put a knife down there, of course. Do the same line work, make it green. There you go. Maybe I shouldn't make it so long. We'll shorten it. Shorten it. Short knife. It's gotta be a backup. Actually, I could put it in a sheath, so I don't have to draw the full knife. There we go. Clean that up. I'm going to point that off at the end a little bit more. How do you prefer your Saguya's hair? I've seen artists draw it a bunch of different ways. I don't know. It's kind of hard to go and do Sakuya's hair, truly. I like to go and do it like a flat style, but also try to go and keep that nice, like, front peak rise. Obviously, as you can see what I did right here with this Sakuya. Sometimes I like to do a split in the middle. I don't know. It really depends on how I'm feeling. Let's see. It hurts my soul when I search for an old drawing I liked from someone and see the artist deleted all their drawings. Yeah, so some artists like to go and nuke their accounts every once in a while. That's why I save stuff. You gotta save art that you like, because you never know when it's gonna get nuked off the internet. So, even though people do try to save, even though people try their best to go and remove their art from the internet, you can't really get rid of your art from the internet. Let's be honest. Once something's on the internet, it's on there for good. So, there's no amount of censoring that you can do. The Streisand effect will always kick in, and it'll always pop up when you least expect it. You'll never see it coming. So. I'm gonna add some frillies. Make her frilly up. Frilly up the maid. yo. Nope, there we go. I'm gonna thin out her face. Doing some minor corrections on the fly. I guess it's more like a major because I had to do some erasing on this. Also minor in the sense that it's not too much of a big difference. Yes, I remembered Saguya incident of the past. There you go. Make this green. Let's see. Want her eyes to look a little bit more according to how I draw them now, more than in the past. Because, you know, that's part of the evolution. Evolution. Change. Change it up, shake it up. And then she's looking down at you in disgust. In disgust! She's disgusted by your presence. Eyebrows a little bit too narrow. Push them out. And like in my modern drawings, I don't draw noses anymore because screw them. Who needs noses to breathe? There we go. There we go. We got a Saguya right here. Her leg's a little chonky, but that's okay. Some people like daikon legs. Krillin doesn't have a nose. I'm going to go and take the colors of the Sakuya from, I think probably from the reference. Or I could take it from, let me make it wide so I don't accidentally delete my Sakuya. This Saguya. We got this old Saguya from last time. And remember this Saguya? We remember this Saguya. Yes, I did save her. She did not die. She didn't die in vain. I saved her. She has been saved. All right. Nothing wrong with a woman having large legs. True. True and real. Her hair in there needs to be a color. Lonely, lonely. Feel so lonely. Is that Seguya? Let's see. It's not like Seguya knows what oxygen is or anything. Hello there, Seguya. Or could you grab him from the Mario Kart drawing? I mean, I could grab from the Mario Kart, the Mario Kart drawing that I made ages ago. That's not the right color. That's the right color. Grab that green. Actually, I'll probably make her tie red. That way we keep with the consistency of Seguya's color combination of being red, blue, and green. RGB! RGB! I'll grab this green, though. Put that right there. We need an intense blue. I'll grab this blue right here. I need to go and fill in the line so I could hit that fill bucket. Hit that fill bucket. Knock it over. Let it go all over the place. Yeah, boy. Put a extra green knife right here. I'll go with this hair color since this is the original hair color I had for the Seguya. Yeah, there we go. Then I'll do a little bit of extra line work right here. Fill that in, make it darker. Now we could go and do her clothes. Oop, I didn't mean to color that one in. I could go with this color, I could go with this color. I'll go with this one. This is like a happier blue. Those should be red. Now, oh wait, what if green though? Yeah. Yeah. Make it green. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. We're just about done here. But as I continue on to color this Seguya, I hope that you guys have learned on how to potentially improve yourself when it comes to, hold it, doing improvements on yourself. Improving and learning from your past mistakes in order to go and make a better you. That better you being better drawing. Nothing really too philosophical, but I had to make it art philosophy none the least. Because we actually had to do a little bit of deep thinking in order to go and truly discover on the answers to how to fix ourselves. How to fix our drawing habits, how to improve them, and how to go and move past obstacles that are currently blocking your path. That is not Sakuya's thumb, that is a pummel. All right. Make it brighter. Fill that in, fill that in, fill that in. Oh, nope. There we go. Make this one dark. Make it a dark brown. There's no dark colors on this one. There's no dark colors on this one. I will make a color. I will just take the colors straight from YouTube. There we go. How dark is this? Not too dark. I did not color in her legs yet. Oh, I did not. I will do that right now. There we go. Let's see. And we'll take the blush from the tippy. This tippy right here, that fairy, we'll steal it right there from that fairy. And I think that is, I'm gonna move my references out of the way. That is a sequoia. Look at that. Oh, she's very tiny. She is very tiny. Let me go and try and... There we go. See, look at that. We have learned. I hope you have learned. But I know I have improved on the sequoia. I have increased. We can ear Joe tune. I like my eyes, my sequoia with blue eyes. Not too bad. Well, you know what? We'll take a look. What does it look like with the blue eyes? Nah, I like Seguya with red eyes. Or I could turn her to Kogasa. Control Y. Kogasa. Now she's Kogasa. Look at her. Look at her. Now she's Kogasa. No, I colored her ear in. Yeah, I did. It's just that it's, her skin is very bright. Maybe I should darken her skin a little bit. I'll darken it by 2 tones. Yeah, there we go. We'll go with this tone. Seguya got a tan. That's as tan as she's gonna get. But yeah, there you go. In comparison to the original image, let's go and improve and scroll this up, size it up. Sizing up these two Seguyas together, look at that. You got an image drawn from 10 years ago and an image drawn today. Kogasa costume game on fleek today. Okay. Yeah, give her some skin color. She isn't a vampire. I know she isn't Remedius Scarlet. She's not the owner of the Scar Devil Mansion. No, that's where you're wrong. It is I. It is me. I am in charge of the Scar Devil Mansion. And my sister Flandre, where she just lives in the basement. No, anyways, that is good. I just had to get some water. But I think... What are you? Oh, another... There was a silverfish on my desk. Gross. Anyways, we'll go and look at our progress for today. So we got I'm gonna go move this out of the way. I'm gonna hit save, even though this is a tippy thing. It is now a Seguya thing and a tippy thing. I'll just get rid of this asset. There we go. How do I move this? Move you. No, I need my lasso. It's a weird shape. Ooh, look at that. I even got their sizes close. Nice. If I zoom in, how much will be shown? Not all of it will be shown. I want to see it all. I want it all. But yeah, this is what we got today. I wish MS Paint had a better zoom feature, but Jotun used to draw with shading. Now the shading is gone. Improvements. Yeah, give her. Oh, okay. I read that. But yeah, this is what we got for today. We got a Tippy, we got a Seguya, and we have learned from our past issues, or at least my past issues. Hopefully you can learn from your own past issues, given the strategies and knowledge that I have given you today. And with that, I hope you guys learned a lot from this lesson. I hope that you guys can go and use this to go and improve on your own art. And if I construct another education stream later in the future, we'll learn some more. And so with that, till then, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, night, morning, afternoon, or wherever you are. Till then, I am Joe Munafuda saying, learn from the past to improve your present, to ensure your future. Till then, later everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.